what you will do. So fast forward, the name of the app is called TradingView. So I write it here, and then you guys can go and search it up later. So let me make it big, like 40. TradingView. Put in your mind, TradingView, okay? And as I stated earlier on, TradingView is a screener. It's a screener, okay? And it has other brokerage affiliations where you can equally plug your broker to the platform, and then you can pick your trades and then do whatsoever. All right, so fast forward. You see this session here. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me shift this a little bit. Let me bring this out. This session right here. Okay, there's at your far left, and there's a top session here. Okay, and then there's a session here. So we'll take a session by session. Okay, so let's start with the top part of it. Okay, so with the top part of it, you see my amazing self here with 11 notifications telling you that is your profile. So when you click on that side, you literally enter into your profile and do whatever you need to do. So you don't have to waste time. When you look at this cube here, or this rectangular box here, it talks about the assets or whatever you are trading. So in this situation here, it's US30. Okay, it's US30. So when I click here like so, you see chassis now whatsoever. And then when I click here, you see the symbols. So you see, so either stocks, funds, futures, forex, indices, whatsoever. The particular assets you are looking at that particular point in time would show in that screen view. And I'll keep it very simple and concise. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So okay. So those of you that are here, I really appreciate you for being here. As I stated initially, today is not really a good day for me. You know, I plan things very well, but it just doesn't go as planned, and it can be very frustrating at times. So fast forward, as I stated initially, we are going to take it one step at a time so that you guys don't get confused. So fast forward, this application you see here is what we term as TradingView. Bro, can we use Google Meet? It's free, and it's not about being free. People like free things, so hey, you like free things too much. Master, before you trade in the financial markets, you need money. You need money to trade in the financial market. The money in the market is not for free. And that you need to bait the market, put in some money in order to take a trade. So, that free to take it out of your head. I'm trying to pay for the Zoom business subscription, but I'm paying. It keeps declining. So probably, give or take, in our next meeting, I would have resolved that. This is not the first time I'm having this issue, but I hope to resolve it before the next meeting, so the class don't keep with a free Zoom class. It keeps popping in, stuff like that. Very inconvenient. But once you pay, you'll have unlimited time to talk and stuff like that. But then let's move straight into business. So fast forward, as I said, you need an application called TradingView, and I'm going to take my time to explain everything about TradingView for you, so you will understand whatsoever. I use my same settings, and then everybody's happy. Not a big deal. Okay. So we'll start with the top section of TradingView. So with TradingView, it's very simple. As I said earlier on, this side here, okay, yes. Mute yourself before I remove you. Is that simple? Simple instruction. When you're here, mute yourself, please. Please, okay? You really need to focus. So please mute yourself. Good. So if you look at the top here, the top left corner, you see US30, the price, the daily appreciations, and whatsoever. So that bridging you see there is what we term at the tab, is the tab. So you can open like several tabs depending on whatever you are doing. Very, very simple. So as I said, it's the tab. And then you can see the plus sign. It's like that of the web, your web browser, like Google web browser, Chrome web browser. You can add many different tabs, same application. So when I tap here like so, you see another section opens. You see another section opens. Then you can have screeners, what have you, stuff like that. Yes. So same concept with the web browser. Same concept. Nothing has changed. Amazing. Good. So with that being said, that is the top session. Okay. And then you have something here called open new tab. Same thing. You can click on here and then you have a new tab opening. But then it would be I mistakenly closed my my application. Hey, there are people driving Hub, this has crazy my days. Yo, I see one guy driving. Kim. Eish.
Yeah, bro. Sorry, hey, I'm gonna
That's
turn
tough.
off the camera. Pardon me.
That's tough.
Charlie,
My
I
goodness.
just joined the wrong part. I know, I did Jolu. I did the highway for Jolu.
Oh my days.
I,
Wow, I'm
I
impressed.
just joined
Hey,
the line. I didn't know the camera was going on.
actually chop one
Pardon
side.
me, pardon me, cry.
Wow. Wow. It's
Well
amazing
done.
having you guys on here, Samson and the rest. Like big ups to yourself. Today hasn't been a very good day for us because my power keeps going up and down. But next week, I hope to get things working properly. And yeah, so let's go back to business. All right. So as I stated earlier on, we are here. Top session, tabs, the tab session. Everybody understand the tab session. Then, if you look here, this side, I was explaining it earlier on that it has to do with your ticker. Okay, this side that I've highlighted, it has to do with your ticker, meaning the type of asset you are looking at the time. So if it is, let's say, a forex pair, if it's a stock pair, your top left, that side, you see there. So this I see it says Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. That's the US 30. Okay. So it tells you the asset, it tells you the the necessary information you need. And then you have something here too. Okay. This tells you about the highs and the lows of the markets. Highs and the lows, and then the degree of appreciation or depreciation within a given period of time, or within a day, or within a particular time frame you are watching. So that is what you need to consider. So we are done with this. 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 Then we are done with this. Everybody knows this regular internet knowledge. Then our next guys, hold on. I'm going to bring my laptop charger. Hold on. Hey, today, dear. One sec. Today. This face is so annoying. Okay. I'm back now. I need to go get my laptop charger. Okay. All right, I'm back. So, with that being said, we are done with the general stuff. Now, we are going to talk about the left side of TradingView. This side. No, we are not done. We are currently at this side. So I'm going to explain one after the other for you to understand what does this mean. Okay. So fast forward, as I stated initially, TradingView is a screener. Kindly mute yourself, please. TradingView is a screener, and please mute yourself, please. TradingView is a screener that we do our technical analysis. Very, very important. Okay. So this you see here, what we call the time frames. The time frames. Very, very, very important. The time frames. Okay. So during my analysis, I normally use these time frames like 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour, and then all these are time frames I use. Okay, so that's for your information. And then what you see here is that how you want the chart to be like. Do you want it to be in a candlestick form, or do you want it to be in a line form? So let me put it in a pictorial version for you to understand. Delete. So let me bring up the charts like so. Okay, so in this form like so, when I click here, please mute yourself. My day. Hello. Hello. My days. How do I even mute everybody? Okay. So, as I stated earlier on, we are currently at this section right here. Okay. So I'm saying that section there is to tell whether you want your chart to be in the form of a candlestick or to be in a line. So when I click on the line, this is what happens. It converts from candlesticks to line. It converts from candlesticks, then it moves to lines. Okay. Then when I click back on, it converts back to what's the name? Candlesticks. Easy peasy, no stress. Okay. Then we have this section right here. And when you click on this section, what does it say? It says indicators. Okay. So when you click on it, you see right here like so indicators. So this one has have your indicator like indicator, script, technical, fundamentals. All you need, any indicator you need is here. But then in this situation, I normally use these 3 indicators like ADX and DI, moving averages, exponential, and then relative strength index. But my topmost indicators I use is the exponential moving averages and then the relative strength index, for which I'll go through it later. So that's the indicator button. Very, 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 very simple and concise. Then this side you see here is indicator templates. Probably you can have multiple tabs and save multiple templates on each tab. So that's the section for you right there. And then here you have create alerts. You can equally create alerts. Let's say you create an alert where you'll be like, okay, if market crosses my price, call me. Or if market crosses my price, send me a text message. Or if market crosses my price, give me an indication. That's the bell you use right there. And then we have the bar replay. What does the bar replay do? The bar replay is a tool which is used for backtesting. Listen carefully. The bar replay is a tool. I mean this tool right here. It's a tool which is used for backtesting. What do we mean by backtesting? Backtesting is an art of reviewing one skill set over a period of time. So if you want to like do a revision on the market, whereby you want maybe the market has played, has acted, and you want to reverse the market, you want to cut the market back, you can use the bar replay to rewind. That's the right way to rewind the market and then play the market again to test your system. I've used this over the course of the years in building my system. It works very, very effectively, especially if you want to grow some form of confidence in the financial market, I recommend you, to use the bar replay because it helps. You cut the market you rewind the market backwards, then you pick trades to see how the market moves. It helps your psychology. So that's the bar replay. Very, 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 very important. And then we have the undo changes. I mean, everybody knows this too. It's everywhere. This tool right here is basically everywhere. Back and forward. Maybe you do a mistake, you can go back and forward, stuff like that. And then this is my account right here, super search right here. And then you can either publish your technical analysis onto TradingView if you want to. I'm not really interested in stuff like that. So that is the top section of TradingView. Now let's come to the left side of TradingView. The left side of TradingView, which is this side. What does it entail? Very, very simple and concise. As I said, this tool is used for our technical analysis most of the time. So I really encourage you guys to really take this class seriously. It would go very, very far. First tool is what I normally term as what's the name? The pointer or cross or whatever. Okay, so if you look at my screen, you see there's this cross wherever I go. I can equally choose to use dots and it will change to dots, do you see? Or I can equally choose to use something like this and it will change to something like this. But personally, I prefer, or you can equally choose arrow. I prefer the cross or the dots. Either way is okay for me. Or the dots. Either way is okay for me. But I'm used to the cross, so it is what it is. Then we have the line session. So the second session on the left side is lines, and lines are contains of we have the trend line, ray, info line, extended line, trend angles, horizontal line, stuff like that. So these are some of the tools I use for my trading. It's like your apparatus for trading. Okay, so if you're a doctor and you want to go and do surgery, you can't literally use your bare hands to enter the ward. That would be very, very absurd. So these are where you find your tools for your technical analysis because you're equally like a medical doctor. But fast forward, you need to understand how they work and how they operate. So these are the tools you need: lines and what have you. You have the pitchforks, pitchforks and modified shitforks inside pitchfork, like some plenty needs, yeah. And then when you're done, we have the interesting part, which is the Fibonacci. Okay, the Fibonacci section. And with the Fibonacci section, mostly I normally use the Fibonacci retracements alone, but we have a lot of Fibonacci time zone, Fibonacci speed resistance, Fib circle, Fib spiral. Many people use this stuff, but I don't really use it because I don't want to keep my stuff complicated. I want to keep my stuff very simple and concise. So I just use the Fibonacci retracement. That's all. No stress. I don't have time, I don't have time to be dealing with some things. So I keep it very simple and concise. I hope I'm making sense. I'm making sense. That is hell. But it is what it is. Next one, we have this. We'll talk about the chart patterns. The chart patterns. And the chart patterns, in terms of the XAY, cipher, head and zone. Okay. So the chart pattern normally talks about the patterns. Like somebody say we have the crab, bullish crab, bearish crab, those charts patterns. Do you get me? Cipher, bullish and bearish, those patterns and stuff. These are what you use for the calculations, wave and all. But I don't use stuff like that. I keep it very simple and concise, no stress. So yeah. Oh, why did my shit go off? My camera just went off. Hold on one sec. Like today the ACT is not flying me. Huh. Crazy. Guys, one sec. I'm trying to fix my camera real quick. So yeah. Bullish and bearish part, bullish and there's so many patterns, chart patterns. We have the bullish and bearish crab. We have the bats, bullish and bearish bats. We have bullish and bearish shark. So many interesting things, but I don't use them because bro. I need to make things very, very, very simple for myself. So yeah, and I prefer simple stuff to more complicated stuff. But the market itself is complicated. So why should I even complicate it more? It don't make no sense. So I keep it very simple. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Who is joining on the chats? My days. Hey. Hmm. Hmm. What's more? Hmm. What's happening? My camera is just not working. I don't know why. My days. So yeah. So that's the pattern you can use. And then when you look at the other session, we have the forecasting. Okay, the forecasting session. And the forecasting session has to do with the long positions, short positions. And when we say a long position, what we refer to as is when you're entering a buy. When you're entering a buy, we say it's a long position. When you're entering a sell, we refer to it as a short position. So you can equally use what's the name? These forecastings to your advantage, and it goes a long way. Okay. That's a forecasting for you, long and short. Okay, so out of this volume based whatsoever measure, I don't use them. I just keep it simple and concise. I just need long, short, and then maybe go speed. Very simple. Done. Then we have the next session whereby you can have brushes, highlighter, arrows, pattern circles, eclipse. These are stuff where you can have in here. Very simple and concise, no stress. Then there's a text and note session
Is it more so that you need
on TradingView. Very, very important. So you can have your text
Yes.
notes, call outs, and stuff like that. Then we have the emoji section, whereby you can have emojis and put it on your charts, like the way my charts have emojis. There's emoji sections on there. Then you have the measure. The measure is a tool like a ruler, and it's used to measure pips in the financial market. Okay, so if you click on it like this, you come here, you measure, then you see how many points, how many pips it is. Then you basically know. Okay. Then we have the zoom in. You can come in like this, zoom in to zoom. Okay, nice and steady, no stress. Then we have weak magnet or strong magnet. Has to do with what's the name? The fact that you are applying a tool, either a trend line, or you're applying a text, or you're applying a Fibonacci tool. When you do weak magnets, it's not going to really attract stuff to the what's the name? Either the indicators or the candlestick. Okay, so that's what you have it. And then you have the lock drawing. You can lock all your drawings so that when you move or you come back, the drawing doesn't go anywhere. It stays very strong. And then you can equally hide all your drawings, like the way I've hidden it. You see, I've hidden all my indicators, hidden all my technical analysis. That's the tool for that. Then when I unhide, everything comes back. Then you can equally delete everything from this session, delete all drawing, delete all indicators or everything. You can do that here. So basically that's the far left of your trading view. Very simple and concise. And secondly, when you add indicators and then you double tap, the moment you double tap, your indicators will basically show up at the bottom. When you double tap again, it goes away. Simple and concise. Okay. Then we are done with the left side. Now let's come to the right side of TradingView. So at the right side so you can see this session right here. You can see this session right here. Let me print this. This box right here. Okay. This box is basically the highlighted what's the name? Tools I needed. So anytime I start a tool, anytime I favorite a tool, it creates this form of cloud on my charts. And anytime I want to have access to it, I'll be able to get it. Very simple and concise. All right. Now we are coming to the right side of TradingView. At the right side of TradingView, you don't have much. You just have the currency, the the asset is being compared to. Then you have price. So down here is what we call price. Okay. Down here is what we call price. The last meeting I told you something. Bid and ask price. Okay. Bid and ask price. Whenever you have a normal account on either Xnet or any broker, you have two lines. The market always moves in two lines. That two lines is what we call the bid and ask price. And the difference between the bid and ask price is what we term as the spread. The difference between the bid and ask price is what's termed as the spread. When you have a more professional trading account, you wouldn't see the bid and ask price no more. The bid becomes equal to the ask price. And that would cost you more money to have such an account. You'll be like maybe deposit $500 or deposit what's the name? Or they'll be like maybe deposit $1,000 to get that. I think that's either $100 or $500. I can't really remember, but that's what it is. So, with that being said, the next one here is this. So, to your right hand side, the value you see there is price. Okay, 51,000, 50,000, 91. All this is price. So that's what you see. So all the time, the bid and ask price, the current price will always be hyphenated or highlighted, and then there will be this dot line. That's where market is currently trading. So that dot line you see is where market is currently trading. Very simple and concise. That's the right hand side. Then you can see there's this small section right here. I'll explain that one too very, very quickly. The first one you see here is your wish list or your watch list. So when you click on it, it expands. Your watch list, it expands. And your watch list will comprise of what's the name? Your assets, major currency, minor currency, whatsoever, stuff that you have eyes on. It will comprise of that. The second one is it's made up of the alerts. And then down here, you see here, it's made up of objects and whatever you've been using throughout your analysis. You'll find it here. Then this is, I think, a forum whereby other traders that are on your program can connect with you, and you guys can have a conversation. Then down here, once you click the screen, it opens wide, and then you can have literally other assets to monitor, like your handbag in a way. So basically, that's what TradingView is literally all about, And then when you come down here, you have the time, and then you can see some round things down here, some round things. This one is called the economic calendar. What is the economic calendar? The economic calendar is basically has to do with financial data from the Federal Reserves or from central banks, from central banks. Very simple and concise. So you see the round, all these are new. So when you click on them, you see actual, forecast, and then previous. So with time, I'll take you through my FX book for you to understand what fundamental analysis is all about, and then you guys won't get confused. So basically, in the middle, that's where you have the markets doing its thing, in the middle. And then this is what we term as candlestick. And then the green line you see is what we term as the exponential moving average. Very simple and concise. And then all you see in here is chart analysis and what have you. So this is all what the financial market is about. And this is just a brief to what TradingView is about for you guys to understand how to maneuver your ways through TradingView and stuff like that. So I said TradingView is an instrument which is keenly for technical analysis. And it serves as a screener for the financial assets like Forex, stock markets, and then commodities, what have you. So that's what the screener is about. And I'm saying TradingView has plugins for other brokerage accounts like IC Markets, Binance, and other. I don't know if you look at my light, you see my lights keep flickering behind me. the power is just not stable here, and it's quite unfortunate. But it is what it is. So, with that being said, do you guys have any questions for me? And not to forget, there's this last part here, which takes your time. Okay, so you always need to make sure your time has been set to the right location. So next week we meet, we will talk about the settings for my TradingView. So today's class was basically on the overview of TradingView. Then next week we'll talk about settings of my TradingView. So settings like this will come here. We take it: symbols, status lines, skills lines, canvas trading, alert events. We will set our accounts on TradingView next week, God willing. And I hope to see all of you well. And I know God will give us life to carry on, the assignments. You get me? So yeah, so I do believe in each one of you. And I know with time everything will make sense. I do believe so strongly.
Yeah.
So yeah. So fast forward, with time you guys will be able to do all these things, understand what's going on here, and then you can be able to articulate your thoughts. Today's a Thursday, and it's a pleasure having beautiful ones here. 50 of you, it hasn't been easy. But I know with time, what's the name? We would a fair be a big up yourself. We would we'll have oneness, and then we can understand each other better. So today's class is basically the overview of TradingView, and then next week what I'll do is I'll talk about my settings in TradingView, how I took away my grid, how my charts are always clean and clear. I'll teach that next week, so don't forget to tap in with me. That will be Saturday, so it's not like it's far away. We don't have time, so I need to put you guys on. So Saturday dawn, which is Friday and Adwa dawn. So Saturday 12 a.m. we'll continue with that, and then we run with the speed of light because we don't really have that much time at all, But by that time I would have solved all the financial aspects and then paid any money I'm supposed to get it running. So yeah, any questions for me? Just come up and talk. We have like some 4 minutes to go. Any questions for me? See, my light keeps flickering. ECG. Any questions for me? Just feel free, and then we have like 4 minutes to go. Any questions for me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we shift the time downward, like around after 8?
I'm not the one that decided the time, as I stated earlier on. The time was decided by the 400 people in the group. So it's not like you told me then I'll shift. Okay? We place time in the group and people vote. To the vast majority of the people that vote. If it means I'm not even supposed to even do this in the first place. I'm supposed to give you time. If you can't make it, that's on you. Like, that has nothing to do with me. But I'm trying as much as possible to be very flexible because the whole point is to render free financial information out there. So the fact that I'm even giving you guys opportunity to choose the time, then I would have to abide by the time. That's a big deal because I'm not even supposed to do it in the first place. I'm supposed to be like, okay, come at this time. If you can't come at this time, then that's on you. You feel me? But I don't see things that way. I feel like regardless of whatsoever, try to be reasonable. So I'm a very reasonable human being, Any other question?
Yes, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Before the meeting started, there was in the message box there was a message that we should download, create an account with Derif. So what's the relationship between Derif and the TradingView?
No, TradingView has nothing to do with Derif. TradingView is an independent what's the name? Application. So when you download TradingView, and then you basically go on their official website. You shouldn't have any interruptions. It will just be straightforward.
Okay, so then that means you are not the one who posted the deriv in the message box. There was a message there that we should create an account with deriv
No,
with a link.
no. Did you see?
Yeah, he even sent a link.
I didn't. I said
Okay, so that
go to TradingView official website. Go to Google. Type TradingView. I've not sent you any link. I don't know
okay.
the link that has been sent in there. If it's a good link, I will not. Okay. We have deriv sign up. No. Create a dollar account. You need trading. Who is even posting these things in here? I've not sent anybody to post any deriv whatsoever in here. My days. See why I've been blocking people. I'm not sending anybody to send any link in here. Now you are getting people confused. My goodness.
Okay.
Go to Google. Me that I'm teaching, I'm not even interested in having affiliates. And you there, you are on my page. You are not trying to get affiliates. Africa, I don't understand how you put your mind works. I don't get it. It's a simple thing. Go to Google, type TradingView, and download it. Even me, I'm not even wanting any affiliates. Goodness. All right, so guys.
Okay.
I'll meet you next week. I'll open the WhatsApp group so you can ask me questions. And then when the questions are done, I'll close it back. So I'll be opening it in the next 2 seconds. Thank you so very much for your time. I'll meet you Saturday done. If anybody sends you anything, come and tell me my link. I'll remove them from the group. I don't have time for nonsense. Nobody's coming, nobody's here. It's pure educational. I'll meet you guys on Friday dawn. Peace.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.